All right, Wednesday, December 3rd. Welcome in to the Trade Lounge, New York, Trade Lounge NYC. Deanna says, yeah, this is a call here that I do that I've been doing for some time now, free to the open the public. I'm Gerardo Gmoney Pies, and we do this at the 7:30 a.m. Central. I'm gonna change this later on to 9:30, um, maybe at the start of the new year. But it's free to the public. Zoom here, code is right there. And we'll update this here for next year as well. But yeah, welcome into the trade lounge session. It's kind of like a podcast session. I'll be looking at charts, kind of give you a speculation of what gold would do. Basically mark up the chart before the NYSE open. Okay. And I do the usual top down analysis. I already kind of did it already. I mapped out gold kind of exactly how I want it to be mapped out. And then from there, I would try to find opportunity. But any speculation, it is just speculation on my part. We all trade independently, our own account. So make sure that you know how to manage your account. And again, right, these charts are not financial advice. We all trade at our own risk. So let's see here. Alvaro, welcome in. Annette, Donna, welcome in. Fatu, welcome in. Deanna, Andrej in the house. I was about to message you, man. Make sure you're okay. Pablo, welcome in. Sylvie, welcome in. And Vicky, welcome into the session. All right, so we are, yeah, so there were some major news this week, today, I think. Yeah, today we had a 7:15 a.m. ADP non-farm employment change. It came out negative, well, it came in big time negative. Forecast was 5,000. It came out negative 32,000. That's interesting. Um, And then 9 a.m., we have this ISM services PMI, which will affect us as well. President Trump will speak 1:30 p.m. And then Thursday, we have some more news. Friday, we got some more news. It'll be a busy December. As you guys see, it's a lot of red folders. Personally, that's how I like to trade this way. It just adds volume, and I just know the volume's going to kick in. When there's no folder, to me, it's like, is the market going to move or not? So I like this, and I'm okay with that. So, but yeah, today we just have to worry about the 9 o'clock news after the session. Yeah, 9 o'clock news, and then 1:30 p.m. So let's see what gold has been doing. I have a chart marked up here where the previous week was a bullish strong close. I got the range marked up here, low to high, got the fib marked up, and we to start the week on Monday, we did go above the previous weekly high level of what price is this? Basically right now where we're at. The previous weekly high level, 42.21-ish. We broke above it, came back, break, retest. The retest did not work. Okay. And then we kind of went back lower. Okay, we went lower, but look where we came into, right? We came into about the 23% level of the previous week, which we always usually find, some type of support and resistance simultaneously, right? It's about 78% of Friday. And again, the market is always trying to find some type of equilibrium and balance. So if you draw a trend line like this, right, and things are trending up this way, okay, that's a balance. If price breaks that trend line and retests, right, look at this point right here. That's a balance right there. Very similar to kind of like a sine wave type of scenario. The market is always trying to find some type of equilibrium to balance things out. Okay, especially when it breaks a level of support and resistance. So if you look at this wick and to the left, see how it balanced out. Was it Thursday's price action? This was Monday. This was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday expanded and then came back and balanced out the high. Okay. Those are the little things that are important to just to kind of get familiar with. I like to be consistent on this and only try to find those balances on the weekly and the daily candles. But they happen a lot in different scales when it comes to the trend and regular support and resistance. But here we are, guys. I mean, we got a pullback. to me, because so to me the control is coming from Friday and from Monday's impulse. That's the control right here. Okay. That's the impulse right there, which is this gray box right here. Okay, that's the gray box right there. So this fib on the right-hand side is represents of that. I think personally we are going to at least go to the Tuesday's high, and at this 23%, right? At this 23%, price is going to make a decision. Okay, it's going to get there. It's going to try to break out. And if it breaks out and establishes, we're going to go to the extension. If for whatever reason we need more volume, more discount, right? Gold is bullish, but big money, big investors really want to buy from lower. Okay, let's just say about 50% of the previous week, right there. I'm 38% there as well. Yeah, if big money really wants to be down here, really wants to buy from down here, we're talking about price levels 41.50. Okay. If big money really wants to buy from down here, price will slow down right here and then it'll find its way back down to there. Okay. But we just got to see. We have to see. Okay. And analyze from here. So to me, this previous daily high, 23% level is going to be a key. Let me mark that up right there. So this is, what is this? Let me show you 20%, 23% of Friday, Monday range. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. And now let's go down to the 20-minute chart. Let's see how things look in this scale. And look at that. At the Asian high, right? Look at that, just above it. So how's the range looking? We've only traveled 55% of the daily range. New York, only 29. So we definitely got some room to go. My speculation, guys, I think we're gonna go down. That's just my speculation for us. But we'll play this very cautiously. I believe the DXY pumped down. Okay. I don't do a lot of what do you call correlation anymore like I used to. But look at the situation structurally where the USD is at. Okay, let me hide the indicators. Okay, for those of y'all who follow the USD, and obviously it's a very nice trend line, correct? Nice to the downside. It's moving in waves. Okay, it's moving in waves very nicely. Okay, boom. Okay, well, this is where I want you to focus on right here. This is the key right here. What has happened every time we made a low? What happens every time we make a low? What happens every time we make a low? What happens every time we make a low? You get a pullback, correct? You get a pullback. And that pullback is USD strength, right? So even though the trend is bearish, each pullback that it does, it's USD strength. And when the USD is strong, what happens to gold? Because of the way it is, it's a USD. If the USD is strong, gold goes down. You see that? So don't let the bearishness of the dollar, what's it called, dictate that, okay, gold is immediately going to buy. Okay, this is bearish. Okay, this is bearish, but this pullback, I've seen a lot of time before, guys. That's enough strength to sell gold. And then once USD comes here, gold will then make that drop to that area that we want to then gold to push up and then the DXY to push down. Okay, so that's kind of how I'll be reading this. And from there. All right, so, and I think the Euro USD did exactly the same thing. See, Euro USD made the high. Okay, see, I made the high, same thing. Euro USD, impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. How do we get this pullback? Well, we need USD strength. Okay, and then the GBP USD, same exact thing. Impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse. We made the higher high. How do we get the pullback? We need some USD strength. So that's kind of what I'm speculating. What's interesting as well, right, is the news came out extremely negative, right? Like, man. So, that's what this was very, very interesting. So that's how I'm connecting the dots for now. Where's the chart? There it is. And yeah, so this price level here is perfect. 42.37, 42.38, give or take. Okay. I'm gonna put exactly 38. I think we're gonna go towards 38. From there, I think a pause, and then from there, we'll see what it does. Do we have any ETM candles in those areas? Let's see. Let's get to a oops. Trickle. All right, 4 hour chart. There's no ETM down up here. Okay. Let's see how the 2 hour looks. 1 hour. We have this little flip zone. 5 minutes. There's a little imbalance right there. Fair value gap for those of you who use those. Here goes. 30-minute, guys. A nice little drop base drop right on the 30-minute chart. It's very nice there. I like that. Okay, perfect. Charts. 30 minutes. Drop base drop. And then 20-minute chart. Another little drop base drop right above there. In the 15 minutes, how high as I'll go. All right, guys. So let's quickly speculate with the momentum indicators that I like to use. And then we will see how the market behaves from there. All right. Let's go ahead and hide this big box from this time. Keep it 30 minutes below. All right, good. So the SMT update that I have, guys, right now, right? The structure is bullish. The momentum is not as strong right now. We still got this below here. But what's interesting, right, is that it realigned a while ago, and this realignment is getting a little exhausted, right? It's already been realigned for over 26 candlesticks without a pullback. So, you know, I wouldn't trade towards this right now. But if we do get to this price level of 30, 42, 32, 42, 37, 38, I don't mind selling from there, guys. I really don't mind selling and take a position from this level. More specifically, this 30-minute drop base drop. Okay. Short forecast, like give or take. Just depends how high really wants to go. But I've been noticing for those of y'all who've been following the ETM candlesticks for some time now, I've been noticing that when a drop base drop is formed, right? When we have a drop, okay, and then we have a base, okay, and then we have a drop like so. Whenever we draw that equilibrium level, right? That we like to play, like here. Okay, whenever we draw that equilibrium level, it is important. But a lot of times when the pullback is coming, okay, when the pullback is actually forming, if it doesn't reject from there exactly, it usually comes back to the open of those candlesticks, those levels, and then from there it makes a nice drop to the downside. Okay, and yeah, I've been noticing that a lot recently. I got into a little position overnight right here. Okay, and it was a 15-minute drop base drop that I had in mind. You see right here, drop base drop. Normally we mark this up like this, right? But obviously, naturally, I put a position in there. But when we got to the open of that drop, I put another position, and we had deeper drop from there, kind of more immediately, right? More immediately than not. So that's kind of why I was speculating. Let's see, the 23% range is at, we said it was at 42.38 right there. Okay, it's pumping up. And again, this to me, in my opinion, it's more of a position trade, guys. Okay. When it comes to really winning in trading, if all your entries are risk to reward, every lot size you're risking 1% or whatever it is, you're putting your account at high risk, guys. In order for me to risk 1% or even 2%, I have to be more sure. I have to have my 100% confirmations. Here, this is a sell high area, correct? Sell high area, meaning that if I get this position, I'm in a very good position, and I like the position that I am. I'm in control of that position because if it goes in my favor, I'm in profits, and then from there I can let this one run. Okay, but I'm not making my money here. I am making my money in between here. Let's say my target is down here, 41.50. All right. My target is down here, 41.50. And if I get a position here, okay, with this very, very tight stop loss, I am not going to risk 1%, guys, on a 5 to 10 pip stop loss. It's insane for me to do that. I'll enter here, but it will not be a 1% risk on 5 to 10 pips. Like there's no breathing room. Okay. So let's see. Okay, price touch that area. I am going to put a trial pebble here. Okay. To test the waters. It's supposed to be a speculation call, but we're finding some execution entries there. Okay. And yeah. So this is kind of the first entry that I like. If we get a drop and we get, supply is really building to get some more confirmation, then in this area here, then I start putting in that lot size in there to really try to multiply the account or meet the quota for the day. All right. Perfect. All right, let's see how we build it up here. All right. SMT 1 hour time frame. Okay. Here's the thing. I would love for price. Okay. I would love for price to come over here and come to this 1 hour rally base rally. That is where I would love to see price going. Okay. Regardless of what the news says, regardless of what the dollar says, I would like for price to do this here. Now I don't want to get too as they say, right, married to a trade, married to the bias, because that can bite us in the butt. But I do like this 1 hour rally based rally. It's very near the 61% of that previous week. And let me go ahead and just mark up the entire engulfing candlestick right there. Okay. And it's right here between the 50, 61, and just above the 78%. I would love for price to get down here. Okay, I would really, really like for price to get down there to these levels. Um, Back to the SMT on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so 1 hour time frame structure green, so it's bullish. Okay, momentum, the momentum is still above. Okay, so that's also bullish. We were recently in a complex pullback phase, guys. Okay, and the 17 just realigned because we broke that structure to the top side. Okay, so again, though, right, the structure has shifted bullish on the 17. Okay, the structure has shifted bullish on the 17. So, and it's going to stay there for a little while. But if this 17 cannot make a higher high, okay, it will find a way to turn around and be bearish. One thing that I'm also realizing here, right, is I had some notes on one of the classes. It depends on the scale, Sylvie. Depends on the scale. So on the 1 hour time frame, yes, this is the last 17 hours. Okay. However, yeah, it just depends on the scale on that. But yeah, it's really, really important. The last 17 hours are really, really important though in general, because the 1 hour and the 5 minute connect with each other. Okay. But yeah, so here, guys, see, we're doing an impulse, a correction, an impulse. Okay. We're kind of reaching a higher high area. And if we draw the leg from over there, we have a harmonic pattern right there forming. X, A, B, C, D. Okay. And technically this is a bearish pattern right there. So that's kind of how I'm playing it. Now, if in time this thing flips bearish one more time, we're going to have another complex pullback. And to me, that would give us that drop that I'm looking for. Okay. So right now we're a little bit early. As I mentioned, I don't mind just putting a pebble in there to kind of test those waters a little bit. And then to see where it plays out. Okay. All right. So entries are there. Any stop losses would be around the high, or even again, though, maybe one more little entry there. But other than that, that's how I see it flowing today. Yeah, this 17 is definitely exhausted and it needs a big pullback. All right. Let's see. Bearish. Guys, well, that will complete our speculation for today. Thank you guys for joining the session. We'll come back this evening, 9 o'clock, for the midweek review. And I'm gonna leave you guys right here in the 1 hour chart. I do like the 1 hour chart. As I mentioned, I would love to see price come over here. Okay. In this area, I think we're just kind of we're gonna try to poke some highs. Try to poke some highs. Again, the list setup is just kind of like a tester setup, guys. Just remember that. But this is just kind of we're gonna probably poke some highs, and then I think if we get the distribution, I think we can go to the downside. Okay. But this 23% line will make the difference. Price will kind of flirt around this line for a little while. Just be mindful of that, okay? Let me share this with you guys there. Copy image, copy link, and we would go ahead and go. I see a little hand raised there. I'm not sure you had a question or not, or just, but if you can type it in the chat if you need to. Copy link. Yes, so like I told you, I have a little position there. I'll probably let it run to about these highs, which is 41, 45, and then see what it does. But again, once we get more confirmation in the chat that we're in, I'll go ahead and put that update there. Okay, so right now I'm just kind of holding tight to that very, very small position. Alrighty. But we'll close out shop here. Thank you guys for the attendance, and we will see you this evening for the Trade Lounge Sydney. Thank you guys.